So tomorrow I'm getting a new wheelchair and I'm so excited because I've had this one since like May of 2023 and it's just not a great chair. It does not well fit to me. It's not spec'd out great. So let's talk about what's wrong with this chair and what will hopefully be better about the chair that I'm getting tomorrow. As you can see, when I am sitting in this chair, I have a lot of space, a lot of gap, which means that this chair frame is just too big for me. A lot of the times they do that because they're anticipating that people are going to gain weight after they start using a wheelchair. And from what I've heard from the rest of the community, that is not true a lot of the time. And I think that kind of falls into like medical fat phobia, but they're not ready for that conversation. So that's the biggest thing, is just that this chair is way too big for me. Like I'm swimming around in it. Like I can like scoot back like side to side. Like I shouldn't be able to do that. So then when I'm like trying to navigate things, I just feel like I'm way too big. I'm taking up way too much space. I feel like there is the chair and then there's me, and we're not like one fluid thing, if that makes sense. Like I want to feel just like a part of me, like an extension of me. Instead it feels like I feel like awkward in it. The next thing is the back. Never have been a fan of it. This, I finally got a hard back, but I did have like a sling back, and I just need like a lower back. This one is a little bit better. It hugs me a little bit, but it's just not great. And as you can see, I do have push handles. I didn't want them, but this chair, whatever it is about it, I think it's just because it's too big and not fit well to me, but it's really hard to propel myself. So if I am using it for an extended amount of time, I need someone to push me. The chair is dumped as much as it can be, but I'm literally like, I don't know, it's just like not set up great for my posture. My center of gravity is kind of super off. When my hands are down, I don't know, they're just not, it's just not great. I can't really do a safe wheelie because my center of gravity and just like the way that my weight is distributed is not great. So I can't get over curves safely. I can't do any of that stuff. As you can see, I have, I guess, pretty long thighs. So the seat of my chair is super long, which means that they made the bars go out really long. So these are at, I believe, an 80-degree angle, and I need like a 90. Like I want it to be like tucked in. So it just feels like there's way too much out in front of me, and I don't know if you can see it, but I have like a dual, see, I can't really to show you, but I have a dual tube. My next one's gonna be a mono tube. My foot plate was supposed to be a flip up, and this one is not. So when because I'm ambulatory, when I want to get out of my chair, I have to put one foot behind my plate and stand up and then put my other foot forward, which is a big fall hazard or trip hazard. My rims are too small for my hands, and so I get a lot of pain with trying to propel myself with my hands. And yeah, I'm sure there are other things, but those are the biggest things that we are changing. I'm also getting air tires. These are airless right now, but apparently air tires are just lighter, and he said most people prefer them. We'll see if that's true. I kept the white color frame. I could have ventured out, didn't, whatever. So we'll actually see if it makes a difference, but I was expecting my wheelchair to bring me more independence, and I find myself not wanting to use it unless I have someone to push me because it's just so ill-made for my body and doesn't actually give me the independence that it's supposed to. Okay, this guy was supposed to be here like literally 40 minutes ago. He was supposed to get here at 9 and it's 9:40. And I'm anxious and stressed. I just want him to get here. They're definitely very different. This looks like it'll be a little bit better, which is good.
You're, I don't want to say like a little kid sitting in a throne, but it's...
No, it definitely, and it feels like it's like the chair and then me. You know, it doesn't feel like an extension of me.
Right. Can I see you sideways real quick? I'm trying to see how closed... Okay, so your back and seat are 90. You just got a lot of dump in there.
Which I do kind of like that feeling of having more dump, but being
you
90.
do like it?
Yeah, being
Okay.
90 but having more dump. Okay, I'm a little nervous. Here they are, side by side. My floor is slanted. My two chairs. Definitely different, but hopefully a good different, not a bad different. I feel like this feels better. It feels different, so I think that's why it's freaking me out. But I think in the long run, it will be better. It's definitely less chair and more me, which is what I was wanting. This, I'm like, ah, man, hey, what's good? Bye, wheelchair. Yeah, I feel like this looks a lot better.
Yeah, looks good. I'm trying.
I'm rolling to you. So exciting.
These handles are so freaking close together, though.
Yeah.
That's right. You can like angle them out.
Yeah. And when I'm not using them, you can angle this way and make them flatter. And like that. Yeah, watch how fast I can go around.
Well, that.
Hands to the wall. And here is the chair. I feel like it is so much better. I think it's supposed to be this tight, but like now it's really tight. I think I was just used to like how big my other chair was. Cause now it's like, it's really tight on my hips, but that's good. I finally got my flip up footrest or foot plate. That was supposed to be on my original chair and it wasn't. They upgraded my brake handles, so they're like a little less flimsy, which is really nice. I think we kept my wheels the same diameter, but honestly, they feel so much smaller just because I'm in a much smaller chair. They upgraded my, whatever those are called, wheels down there. They're a little bit thicker, so it makes going over bumps way easier. Like, this is so smoother. Before, this is so much smoother. I don't know if it's me or the chair or what, but wheelies are still not in the cards. But just with these being like bigger and more smooth, it makes going over like bumps so much easier. Also just like sitting up taller, which is really nice, because before I was like slouched in this chair, and I feel like the back height is great. Before it was like up here and it would like get in my way, so now I can like actually like move and like twist and do stuff in my chair, which is super nice. The chair and like the way it moves is so much better too. I haven't even tried to pick it up yet. I mean, it's alright. Maybe a tad bit lighter than my old chair. I'm about to go to the grocery store. I'm gonna test it out. It is so nice.
Yeah. Over it. It's pretty cold.
I just feel like this fits me so much better, and I'm super excited about it.